Hello and welcome to Miss Hannah Loves Grammar. In this video we'll be answering the question, how do I name a group of nouns? Just to remind you though, a noun is the name of something. It could be the name of a person. It could be the name of a place. It could be the name of an idea. It could be the name of an organisation. It might even be the name for an event. In this video though, we're concentrating on nouns in their groups and the kinds of language we use to move beyond just naming them as a singular or plural noun. So, in the singular form, it's one of something. In this case, it's a person. In its plural form, it means there's more than one of the noun. In this case, we wouldn't say 3 persons, we would say people. But there is actually a collective form for many people. We don't need to count how many there are to know there are lots of people. And so collectively, we would call this quite a crowd of people. That is a collective noun. Crowd. A crowd of people is the collective noun for a lot of people in a group. So, a collective noun is simply a name for a collection of people, places or things that are alike. And the fascination with it came around the 15th century, when people were interested in nature, animals and birds that were alike and wanted to be able to identify them collectively in a group. Now, I would urge you to learn the categories that I've placed in the description box below and expect you, though, to be open-minded that you'll stumble upon more of these ideas as collective nouns the more you read. Why not hit pause to learn these categories before I test you on them? So, do you think you're ready? So firstly, we have the common collective nouns for animals. I would like you to check your understanding on their collective form before you begin. So here we have our first example. Fish, in its collective form, becomes a catch of fish. A bird, a cow, a bee, they are all yours to consider now. What are the collective forms for these? Hit pause if you need more thinking time. So, you should already know if you've looked in the description box that a collective for birds is called a flight of birds. And for a cow, it's called a herd of cows in their group. And finally, for a bee, they're called a hive of bees. Now let's consider a few collective nouns used to describe people. This list is definitely not exhaustive, neither is the one in the description box, but it's something to get you thinking. So first up we have the singular, student. In its collective form, it's a class of students. An expert becomes, well, you tell me, as with a dancer and a director. You know what to do. Hit pause if you need more thinking time. So, how did you do? An expert becomes a panel of experts. Dancer becomes a troupe of dancers. And director becomes a board of directors. The most elusive of all is the collective nouns for things. It's definitely worth learning the list in my description box, but here are a few to help you. So a star becomes a galaxy of stars. But what about these next 3? Ship, lie, and mountain. Hit pause if you need thinking time. So, ship becomes a fleet of ships, the collective form. Lie, if you lie, it's called a pack of lies. And a mountain, in its plural form collectively, it's called a range of mountains. My biggest takeaway for this video is to remind you that a collective noun is a name of a collection of either people, places, or things that are similar. It's a way of grouping them together to make it memorable for us. Why not subscribe to Miss Hannah Loves Grammar for more grammar help with all that you do?